This is Optimal Health Daily, episode 396. What's your Avengers Superpower? Part 1 by Steve Kamb of nerdfitness.com. And I'm Dr. Neil. Happy Monday. Welcome back to another week of Optimal Health Daily. This is where I act as your narrator of the best health and fitness blogs, all for free. We cover fitness, nutrition, stress management, weight management, and lots more. This is just like an audiobook, but basically from a bunch of different authors. And then on Fridays, I answer your questions right here on the show. That way you can get my perspective on things. Now, the post I'm about to read to you came out a couple of years ago. Well, maybe a few years ago. So there are going to be some references to a film that came out, well, I guess it's 2 or 3 years ago now. But we're going to talk about it as if it just came out. So bear with me. I promise you'll find the information still valuable. So let's get right to it and start optimizing your life. What's your Avengers Superpower? Part 1 by Steve Kamb of nerdfitness.com. I freaking love the Avengers. If you're listening to this, it's possible that you do too. And you might be freaking out with the excitement for the release of The Age of Ultron. There's something just inherently badass about taking a posse of amazing characters who have led their own films and comics and bringing them all together to take on an even greater challenge that no one Avenger could defeat alone. Whether they're facing an invading alien race or artificial intelligence gone rogue, these heroes need to find a way to work together and become greater than the sum of their parts. In the game of life, turning yourself into a healthy, butt-kicking superhero can seem like a monumental task worthy of joining the Avengers. Having the right attitude, unwavering mental fortitude, and laser-sharp focus might feel impossible with our day-to-day responsibilities. However, if you can take the best parts of each Avenger and apply each of their abilities to your own journey, I guarantee you'll emerge a real-life superhero yourself. Seriously. Avengers Assemble. The Incredible Hulk's alter ego. Bruce Banner is a quiet, thoughtful, bumbling scientist. And then he gets angry. And sure, the Incredible Hulk often gets out of control, hence the need for Tony Stark's Hulkbuster. But the Hulk can also do some incredible things nobody else can. In fact, many Avengers would have lost their lives, and the world might have ended if it weren't for Bruce's power to become incredible. Do you spend your whole life like Bruce Banner, or do you take advantage of opportunities to become somebody else? For most of my day, I'm a quiet, shy nerd who sits at a computer and writes articles about Minecraft, the Matrix, and deadlifts. But when I'm in the gym, my headphones are blasting music, I hang from gymnastic rings like a monkey, and I grunt during heavy deadlift sets. Socially, I'm usually a pretty risk-averse and shy person as well, but I know sometimes it's important for me to come out of that shell. So I channel the alter ego of somebody who's much more outgoing, talkative, and friendly when I'm in situations where I know it would improve my evening. Yep, it often takes 20 seconds of courage for me to go up to talk to somebody. Be more like the Hulk. What's your alter ego? You might be a scientist or a janitor or a doctor who struggles with social anxiety. At the gym, you can be somebody strong, fast, and powerful. You can train like somebody who's drastically different than the person you spend most of your time living as. You can actually be a superhero. Next time you're on vacation or headed out for a night on the town, adopt the alter ego of somebody incredibly confident and make decisions based on what they would do. Who cares if it's not really you? Confidence, social skills, and strength are all skills that can be learned with enough practice. Tony Stark's tinkering. Be honest, you would give anything for a fully functioning Iron Man suit. Every time we see Tony Stark, he's in a newly upgraded Mark suit, all the way up to Mark XLV in Age of Ultron. With each iteration, his suit gets a bit stronger, more durable, smarter, faster, sleeker, or more efficient. And thank goodness, his movies and his role in Iron Man wouldn't have worked if he stuck with the hunk of junk that was his first attempt of his suit in the original Iron Man movie. From the first suit to the most recent, Tony is constantly shaving off millimeters to become more aerodynamic or tinkering with the suit to get a single percentage point of efficiency. Tony is a perfectionist, always in search of improvement. However, he doesn't let that get in the way of progress because he knows the rule. You can't edit a blank page, and you can't improve a machine that hasn't been built yet. So be like Tony. Don't let perfection get in the way of progress. Instead of drastic, sweeping changes each time, Tony makes teeny tiny adjustments that result in breakthroughs and improvements. If you're looking to get in shape, Look for small tweaks that you can repeatedly improve. If you want to learn how to squat, start with just the bar and work on your form. If you want to lose weight, make a single adjustment to your diet this week and then make another adjustment next week. Don't overwhelm yourself with the perfect diet or the perfect workout plan because they don't exist. Start, build, learn, change, adapt, and repeat. Captain America's bright lines. It's no surprise Captain America is often referred to as the first Avenger. And if you're a fan of Nerd Fitness, you know he's my favorite Avenger. That's because Cap doesn't have to waste precious mental bandwidth on deciding what to do in conflicting situations. He has a very strong sense of right and wrong, and it's these rules that allow him to quickly decide what action to take, even if it goes against popular opinion. So be like Cap. If you struggle with saying no, or can't get yourself to start working out, stop saying I can't, and instead make it part of your identity. For example, say to yourself, I do this, fill in the blank. And I don't do this, fill in the blank. For example, I probably shouldn't eat that cake suddenly becomes this idea you can't get out of your head until you eat cake. I can't eat cake is you restricting yourself and depriving you of something you want. Compare that to a Captain America rule. I don't eat cake. This one change takes the guesswork out of what you need to do and removes the need to have, quote, just one or, quote, only a little. My friend James Clear refers to these rules as bright line rules. To be continued. You just listened to part 1 of the post titled, What's Your Avengers Superpower? By Steve Kamb of nerdfitness.com. I love that Steve mentioned it's all about progress, not perfection. You don't need to be perfect. As long as you're moving forward, even teeny tiny little steps, you're on the right track. That counts. And those little wins, those little steps that you're taking that are moving you in the direction of your goal will build confidence, and it will create that momentum. And I really liked his example of, I probably shouldn't eat that cake. One slight modification that I would make is instead of focusing on what you don't want to do, focus on what you do want to do. Those behaviors that you want to incorporate into your life. And just like he said, if you keep telling yourself, I can't do this, I won't do this, well, now guess what? It's already in your mind. You're thinking about it. You're now obsessing over it. And what'll happen is, because you're obsessing over it, you're going to end up doing that very thing that you didn't want to do in the first place. For example, if you don't want to eat cake and you keep telling yourself, I can't have that bite, I can't have any cake today, can't eat the cake, well, guess what? You're going to probably eventually end up eating that cake because you're thinking about it constantly. Your willpower will go away. You're going to wear yourself down that way. So instead of saying, I can't eat that cake, switch it around and say, I am going to go eat that big bowl of salad, or I am going to eat nutritiously today. So you see, you focus on what you want to do as opposed to what you can't do. Now, before I go, don't forget, we have 4 other podcasts where we narrate blogs for you, covering a bunch of different topics. To subscribe to those, just search for Optimal Living Daily wherever you're hearing this show. Thank you in advance for doing that. Thank you for being here every day. I hope you're having a great start to your week. I'll be back here tomorrow to continue this post and where your optimal life awaits.
Hello, Life Optimizer. This is Justin Malik, creator and producer of this show and Optimal Living Daily, the brother podcast of this one. Literally, I'm Dr. Neil's brother. If you like the format of this show, you'll love Optimal Living Daily too, where I also read to you from blogs, but cover other topics like personal development, finance, and minimalism from bloggers like Derek Sivers, The Minimalists, Zen Habits, and many more. So for more amazing content read to you for free, come subscribe to Optimal Living Daily too, and together we'll optimize your life.
You've been listening to Optimal Health Daily. Be sure to hit the subscribe button to stay up to date on each new episode, and head to oldpodcast.com. That's oldpodcast.com for a free gift, as well as more actionable tips and resources to help you maximize your potential. Thanks for joining us, and remember, your optimal life awaits.